U.S. slams Iran over arrests as protesters call for revolution amid Saudi power struggle. Iran's domestic authority has come under pressure this week after protesters clashed with police in a rare sign of public discontent. More than 300 people gathered in the city of Kermanshah earlier today to call for revolution as public anger surrounding Iran's poor economic situation and allegations of corruption gripped the nation. More than 100 people have been arrested for protesting over the past week, and riot police have used extreme measures such as water cannon and tear gas to try and disperse crowds. In a statement condemning the arrests, the U.S. State Department urged all nations to publicly support the Iranian people and their demands for basic rights and an end to corruption. Furious protesters called on President Hassan Rouhani's government to focus less on issues abroad and more on domestic problems. The anger on the streets of Iran comes as the country tussles with Saudi Arabia for power over the Middle East. Tehran has been involved in a proxy war with Saudi Arabia in Yemen for the last 3 years. More details of protests in Iran today. Protest in Shabur, northeast Iran. News of protests in Mashhad, Kashmir, Burjand, Shahroud, Naushahar, North Iran, Yazd, Central Iran, have been received. In Mashhad, some 10,000 people from all age groups took part in the protest. pic.twitter.com/lupk39hi7h. In the city of Mashhad on Thursday there were chants of "Not Gaza, not Lebanon, my life for Iran and leave Syria, think about us." Inflation has spiraled out of control in Iran, with the price of basic food items such as milk and eggs doubling in the period of a week. Despite international sanctions on the country being relaxed in 2015, economic growth has continued to stagnate. The protests are the first to take place in the country since 2009. The disturbances are likely to relieve Saudi Arabia and the U.S., who have feared the nation was positioning itself to become a regional superpower. Aaron David Miller, a former U.S. Middle East advisor, had previously warned that Iran was likely to win in their fight for control over Saudi Arabia. Mr. Miller said, "I don't believe the Saudis are going to come out winners." The protests also take place as pressure grows both at home and abroad to relax strict Islamic laws in the country, including rules surrounding women's dress. For years women have been forced to cover their hair and wear long, loose clothing. The conservative traditions placed the country at odds with Saudi Arabia as it seeks to modernize since Mohammed bin Salman became the country's crown prince. Reforms already taking place in Saudi Arabia include the decision to let women drive and plans to create a new tourist hub similar to Dubai on the coast of the Red Sea.